Hey guys, so in today's video I'm going to be giving you a little bit more detail on my Louis Vuitton My World Tour Neverfull MM. I posted this on Instagram and a lot of people had questions on it. My World Tour is a new service that they are currently offering in store, and I think in September they're going to bring it to the web or something like that. I had read like a little article about it. I'm not 100% on that, but as of now you can only do this service in store. If you're not familiar with Louis Vuitton or like older travel history, I guess on a lot of the luggage, if you had stayed at different hotels or traveled different places, you would get these little stickers and they would put them on your luggage, and that's kind of where the inspiration for all of these World Tour collections came from. So the original World Tour collection that they had done last year was something that you couldn't customize. They had picked a bunch of different little patches, and some of the ones that you'll see on this bag are actually the same as last year, but they now introduced something called My World Tour, which allows you to customize somewhat some of these pieces. So before I get into it, one thing that I do want to say is that you do not get to choose the placement of the patches, and there's a select number that you can choose. So if you guys follow me on Instagram, you know that I posted the Speedy with the Shibas all over it, and I was dying over that bag and had wanted it. That bag belongs to the menswear visual creative director or something like that. Hold on, I'll look up what his actual title is. So he is the men's artistic director for Louis Vuitton, and he actually happens to have a Shiba, so that bag was custom done for him, and it's not something that unfortunately other Shiba owners can own. When I had seen that they did have the little Shiba option, I wanted to get something from this collection no matter what. There were a couple things that made it even more special when I got there, but originally that was kind of my goal. I thought I was going to be getting the Speedy 30 bandolier, even though I don't love the 30 in a bandolier. It's a little bit too big on my body in my opinion. But when I got in there and saw that I couldn't choose where I put the patches, like there are set areas where you can choose, and then there's select amount of patches that you can choose from that section. So basically they're all going to be laid out the same, but what you can choose is the different ones that you want. So when I had looked at it, to me, I thought the Speedy 30 looked a little bit empty, and the Keepall, I already have a Keepall same size, and it did not hold up very well, so I decided to pass on that. I thought about maybe getting one of the little wallets as well as this, and I just didn't like the placement on it. The Neverfull for me was the only option. At the time when I looked at it online, I didn't think I'd want the Neverfull because they don't show you all of the options online because you have to do it in store. What they had shown online was just the monogram print with the black leather trim and the red interior, which for me I just don't like. I don't like red normally. Truthfully, I really like the color changing leather. I think it gets softer over time and I don't have to worry about really any cracking or anything like that. And also I just feel like it goes with me a little bit more than just like the black leather. I don't know, for some reason I don't love black leather with monogram. I know a lot of people like it. I just like the normal original combination for it. So that's what I ended up choosing. So it is the Neverfull MM. They do not make it in any other sizes, so there's no GM and there is no PM, only an MM, which I'm fine with. I have an MM and a GM already, but I just thought that this would be just kind of a special piece of my collection, and this is something that I probably would use more as like a purse. So for my other Neverfulls, I mostly just use them as travel bags or to carry things in. I use one of them as like a beach bag sometimes. This one I'll be a little bit more careful with, I guess, just because obviously the paint can wear away. Again, this is the MM size. It is the newer style, so it comes with a pouch, which I think is really cool. I think if you're gonna get Neverfull or Speedy, I think it's cool that you get two pieces for the Neverfull. If you love Speedies, then by all means get that, but to me this was just the best value, I thought, because you got two different things with the patches that you wanted. You don't get to choose which patches go where on the pouch. It all kind of corresponds with where you choose to put them on your Neverfull, but I was just happy that I could get, you know, something else with the Shiba on it. So again, since these are all custom done, they're all going to be made in France, which you will see right here, which I know is a huge bonus for a lot of you guys. For me, it doesn't matter whether it's made in the USA or made in France. It's all kind of the same to me, but I guess it is kind of cool to have something that was made for you in Paris and then sent here. Timing wise, this actually took me exactly 4 weeks to get. I think my original estimate was for 7 weeks, so just some time in between there, and it came, you know, a few weeks early. So what I ended up doing, of course, is I chose patches of places that I've actually been, because I feel like that is kind of the point of it. If you want to get one anyway and you haven't been to all those places and it's kind of like a wish list of places you'd want to go, I think that's fine. But I'm really happy with the fact that I got to choose ones from places that I had been. So when I went about ordering this, I basically just went in and asked my sales associate about this collection, and they will sit you down with the iPad that they have there, and you can go through and scroll through all of the little patches and kind of figure out where you want to put them. The only thing I don't like about that is you really can't zoom in on the product to see, like some of these patches I really couldn't see the detail on until I actually got the bag because it was kind of small. I also had a problem with my iPad when I was doing it, so I ended up having to go to like one of the computers and try to figure it out that way. So it took a very long time because it was just different than what I expected. I didn't know, there weren't a ton of videos about this yet, and I didn't know what the whole process was going to be like. But basically you just tell them that you want to do that, they sit you down with an iPad and you kind of go from there. So it did take me a while to figure out what I wanted on the front and what I wanted on the back. One thing I do want to mention is they actually only allow you on the NEVERFULL to have 3 location patches, which I thought was I don't know, it was a little bit annoying to me because there were more places that I could have put on here that I've been, but I just, you know, there was no, I basically ended up having to choose which ones I thought looked best. There were a couple patches that I 100% knew that I wanted on here. I hadn't seen all of them just because they don't show them to you online, so you basically have to like search through people's Instagram or on Google to try to figure them out. Or you did when I had ordered it. Now I think a couple people had posted all of the different ones that are there. If you go in store, a lot of times, apparently a lot of stores have like a piece of canvas with them all painted on there. My store didn't have that, so I kind of just had to go with whatever. I don't know if it was because I ordered it when it had just come out or what the deal is with that, but hopefully if you try to get this done, you can go into a store that has them all kind of set up for you so you can see what you're working with there. The things that I knew that I definitely wanted on here were obviously the Shiba because it's Eevee and it's really cute anyway. And I definitely wanted to get the Seoul, South Korea flower patch here, and I have it right on the front. As most of you guys know, I was actually born in Seoul, and that was actually my first international trip as well. So I definitely wanted to have that on the front, wanted to have the Shiba on the front. And then for the other two, they're both places that I love, but as far as choosing which ones went where, I had a lot of circle patches, so I chose to put this one from Italy. It's Leaning Tower of Pisa on there, and I've got that one right on the front, and I think it works really well with the colors that I chose. Then on the back, I have the Louis Vuitton London one back here. I just kind of felt like it was too much for the front and didn't really go. So that's kind of what you have to play around with when you're setting up your bag or whatever you're choosing, is just playing around with the placement to make sure that everything kind of looks good. And then they let you choose a couple of pop art pieces, which is what the puppy is considered pop art, and also this LV with the palm tree I believe is considered pop art, and so is this one. So this is actually on the original world tour, and I just really like how it looks, so I went ahead and put this on the bag. This one, I had a really hard time. They don't let you choose the same patch twice. So I wasn't able to put multiple Shibas all over my bag, unfortunately. And the only one that I felt like kind of still went with the bag and I kind of liked was this one with the palm trees. It just says LV. I think it just stands for Louis Vuitton, but I kind of felt like palm trees, California, or it could be like Las Vegas, I don't know. So those are the pop art pieces that I chose. And then they also let you choose a couple of the trunks and bags little patches. So the trunks and bags patches that I chose are these two right here. Again, I didn't want circle, 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 so I chose this one and a circle one. And then this one, this is the only one that I think maybe I could have picked something else. It's just kind of like I'll do an up close shot for you guys so you can see, but this one, I don't know if it looks out of place, just kind of random. It doesn't really, I just didn't know really what to put here, and I didn't want to do like circle, circle next to each other. That's kind of what you have to really play around with, is just you have to see what you like kind of together. The coolest patch on here, other than the Shiba one, I would have to say, is this little part right here. So this you can actually customize to say anything you want it to say in the middle. So I chose my name, I put hollyannaeree, and I just think that that's so cool, because how often do you get the chance to have a Louis Vuitton bag with your name on it. Or I mean, you could do your full name if you want to, like first and last. I don't know if I could have fit. I don't think that there's a character cap when I was doing it because my name's pretty long, my first and middle. I mean, I just thought that was really cool because I love Louis Vuitton travel. I love their older stuff like that. And to be able to put my name on it and not just my monogram, I felt like was just really cool. So I thought that that was neat and I wanted to put that right on the front of the bag. And overall, I'm very happy with it. I think my boyfriend said that this is like his favorite bag that I own now just because it's so personal, and obviously, you know, we went a lot of these places together, and yeah, I don't know, I think it's such a cool piece to have in your collection if you love Louis Vuitton and you love travel or their travel history. It's something that is very personal to you and it's unique, and even if people get the same patches as you, there are little things that you can kind of do to make it stand apart. So most likely no one in the world will have the same bag as me because I put my name on it, which you guys know that my name is definitely unique. It's half English, half Korean. And yeah, I don't know, I just think I love it. So very excited about that. Everything else is the same as a regular Neverfull. On the pouch, I didn't love the placement of everything on the pouch, but again, if you want it to be a certain way on your bag, you can't change it on the pouch, but I'm still happy with it because of course I get to have the little puppy. I'd like it if they had done the name one on the pouch also instead of just this blue circular one, but what can you do? Had to have the puppy. Then I've got the Korea patch, London, Italy, and they did the LV with the palm tree. So that's basically everything. Again, I'm not going to get too much into the details of a Neverfull just because I know you guys have seen a million Neverfulls. It's like one of the most popular bags from Louis Vuitton, and I feel like it's an entry-level enough price where just a lot of people really have it. It's very functional. Again, this is my third one and my second MM. I had gotten my other one so many years ago, I think 6 years ago now, and I've really used and abused it. I'm not planning on getting rid of that bag just because, again, I would like to keep this one a little bit nicer just because the paint can wear away or chip off over time. So I'm definitely really happy with that. I'm gonna show you my original Neverfull. So this is the one that I got 6 years ago. I had purchased this as my like dog mom bag when I first got Evie, and I used to carry her in it and like a lot of her stuff. And then when she got a little bit too big for her, I just keep her stuff. And then, you know, I've traveled with this bag. I've carried groceries in this bag. They hold up really well in my opinion, and I really don't baby it. It's, you know, I don't have any problems with it. As you can see, the leather is much lighter on the newer one than the older one. I don't have a problem. Like, to me, I don't think that this looks bad with the patina on it. So it doesn't bother me, and something that I really like about it as it ages, as you can see, the handles get much softer, and I just think that they're more comfortable than some of the treated leather. So that's kind of why I always like to choose that, and the changing of the color really doesn't bother me. So yeah, that is everything. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you have any other questions, you can feel free to leave them in the comment section below, or tweet me, or ask me on Instagram, anything like that, and I will try to get back to you. I can't really think of anything else that I was asked or that I would think to mention, but again, if you can think of anything, feel free to ask it and I will do my best to comment back. But I just wanted to show you guys that, and a lot of people had asked for a video talking about it a little bit more in detail about how long it took and the process and all of that. So that's pretty much everything that I can think of that you guys would maybe want to know other than price. I usually don't talk about price because you can always just find it out online, and you know, some people get kind of weird about it, but I will tell you the price. So the price for this was $1,720, so you are paying a little bit extra, obviously, for the customization, but I don't think that it is like extreme or anything like that, how much extra they're charging you for it, considering that, you know, you're getting all of this stuff painted on there. They obviously do put more work into it. They're customizing it to not only your specifications as far as patch placement, but if you write, you know, your name in it or something like that. I think it's a really cool piece, and I think that they did a pretty comfortable price point for the bag, and just overall I definitely like it and recommend it. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up, and that's pretty much it. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I will hopefully talk to you very soon. Bye.